a possible whistleblower, a news clip regarding one of the drones, close-up look by one of their own professional cameras from the newsroom, and then another comparison to the same thing from a civilian as it morphs into, or what appears to morph into, something else. I might know a little bit of what's behind this, and we're going to get into the whistleblower stuff too. So stick around. We've got some stuff to talk about here on the Human Spectrum. So again, welcome to the Human Spectrum. If it's your first time here, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We have some things to get into, and we're going to get right into it. I don't know if you heard, but there was an issue with aircraft, specifically a medevac aircraft in the West Coast, I believe by Oregon, and I do have the air traffic control communication tape on this. So we're going to listen to that first, and then we'll be moving on to something from ABC News and how it correlates to a civilian's video. So first, let's take a look, or rather listen, to what happened on December 7th over the skies near Oregon.
Is there any military activity out straight ahead of us?
1596, no, we're not seeing anything. I had another one report at like 30,000 feet in the Eugene area. We're not sure what it is.
Yeah, there's lots moving out there.
1596, yeah, they're looking into it.
And where is that at for 661 Lima Fox?
661 Lima Foxtrot, okay, bye. You know, to 1596, does it still look like it's in the Eugene area?
Yeah, just straight west of Eugene. I mean, we're seeing 3 or 4 targets. You know, they're all altitudes, up and down. It's pretty crazy.
You know, 1596, does it look like it's about at your altitude at level 260?
There was some at 30 probably. I mean, they're shooting way up. We'd say maybe up to the 50s, it looks like. Check North Bend Airport. And is there traffic actually out about our 2 to 3 o'clock, about, I don't know, 20, 30 miles?
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, no, is that the 4 different lights going up and down? I'm getting a few reports, but you're seeing it right in front of you now too as well?
It's 2 to 3 o'clock off, about 2 to 3 o'clock from our position. Looks about 20 miles going in circles.
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, yeah, we're not seeing anything, getting lots of different reports out there, some at 30, some all the way up to 50,000, about 3 to 4 different lights. Does it look like they're around your altitude now?
No, there's one way up high and one about my altitude. Moving in like a circle, like a corkscrew pattern.
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, just looking into this a little bit more. Could you give me another more accurate report, please?
All right, I'm visually have eyes on what looks like an aircraft strobe that's at my 2 o'clock and 22 miles at my altitude. I'm actually showing him on TCAS. Do you see that one?
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, I do not. Does an pilot's discretion maintain 1-4000?
Set maintain 1-4000, Medevac 661 Lima Foxtrot. He looks like he's moving towards, it looks like it's moving towards the north. Like I said, 22 and a half miles off my right wing, Medevac 661 Lima Fox. Just had another one show up about my 1 o'clock, about 1,000 feet high, zipping towards us and then back out towards the ocean. It's red in color, moving at extreme speeds. I don't even know how to describe how fast he's moving. 661 Lima Fox.
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, Roger. You are cleared to maneuver as necessary, left and right, to avoid the UFO out there, and all the reports you've given us are good information. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yep.
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, any chance you were able to film any of that?
We're trying right now, 1 Lima Foxtrot. It's weird. It's a red circular shape, and it keeps zipping out towards the ocean and then coming back in about, 20 miles or closer to us, and then it zips back out of the ocean and we can't see it. 1 Lima Fox.
Thank you. Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, Any chance I can throw you my number, and if you get a video of or a picture, you can send it our way? There's a lot of controllers here pretty interested in seeing what you're looking at there.
I have my med crew in the back trying to film it too. They're watching the same thing I'm watching up here.
Back on the Fox, I appreciate it. And name is Corey. If you want to just shoot me a text, picture, photo, whatever you got. So we're all pretty curious.
Will do. One on the Fox.
You can. I let the next controller know of what's going on there. And again, you are free to move left or right as necessary. You can contact them on 127.55. Any updates would be appreciated.
So if you guys remember in a past video we talked about Dallas area having the same situation happen to them, and we also listened to the frequency on that. It was recorded and it's on the video. You can go check it out. And now we have another, like I said before, there's plenty of these, but this just happens to be one of them, another one of them that was recorded. And as you can see, there were people interested in the pilot or their crew getting video and images and passing them around. A lot of people were interested in this, and for obvious reasons. It's getting crazy out there. You got a red ball that's 100 miles possibly, based on the pilot's estimate, going out into the Pacific Ocean, and then at supersonic speeds coming closer to the aircraft, but based on what I heard, not too close. That's some amazing stuff. And I'm surprised the pilot didn't show more excitement about it, because if that were me, I would be going a little crazy seeing something like that whipping around and corkscrewing. I don't know about you, but yeah, I would have been holding on to my pants. Yes, sir. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. That did happen. It was on December 7th, and I was glad I can present it to you. So we're going to move right along to ABC Channel 7. It's a local affiliate in New Jersey. And the reason why I'm going to play this clip is because they're going to show you with their own professional studio camera what one of these objects look like when they zoom in. And then I'm going to compare it to a civilian on the ground that also took a picture and video of the same type of thing, but in his case things got a little weird. So let's go ahead with ABC 7 first, and then we're going to go on to that weird stuff in a minute. So stand by.
Bill and Sandra, you know, when things like this are happening, it seems everyone starts to look up, like my crew and I have been here in Mendham recording this video that you're looking at right now. We have no idea what it is, if it's a natural phenomenon, because it could be, but this is why so many municipalities are now asking people to reach out and send their videos to them or to experts who might be able to sort out what they're seeing in the skies. But I guarantee there are so many people looking up and making those recordings because this mystery is one that needs to be solved.
This mystery needs to be solved. Now, I don't claim to know the answers. What I'm going to tell you in a little bit could possibly be sensitive, so I'm only going to go so far. But I do have information that I'm going to pass along to you today, so stick around. But we're going to get to the comparison video. We're going to jump right in. What this person's going to catch is basically the same thing that ABC 7 caught with their professional cameras. And watch what this person does. He catches the same thing, and then watch what happens. It gets pretty eerie.
It would be a bigger bummer. So these are much more valuable types of crops, and you got to be a lot more careful around them. And it really hasn't been until recently that technology has advanced to the point where we can do these kinds of things in these very, very tight spacing, very precious crops around us as we're navigating through and doing those pre and post harvest work.
That's Agtonomy's co-founder and CEO, Tim Hoover. For the last 40 years, the Ag Information Network has been the source of news for farmers and ranchers.
my word. If you guys were paying attention, at least in my eyes, not until the very end, he did not let go of that thing. What I mean by that is he did not take his camera off of that object the whole time, other than when he was switching around when that craft was starting to make its turn away from him. You can see he zooms in once, twice, 3 times, and then when he backs out for the last time, you can start seeing blinking lights on the side. Then you get a clear picture, a clear view of this craft with very elongated bright lights. Not your average aircraft, not a commercial airplane. It doesn't look like an Air Force airplane. Based on what I saw, that is something very different, which is going to kind of ride into what we're going to talk about next. So that is something that looks out of, if I had to compare it, it looks like something out of Star Wars, but we're not seeing it in space. We're seeing it right over the skies, apparently of New Jersey. That was amazing. Remember, on ABC News 7, she showed her professional camera zooming in on the same type of what looked like a ball object, but it didn't morph in front of them. But this guy did the same thing. But then when he pulled away after a few times of going in and out, what did you see? You see, it seemed to morph into blinking lights first on each side, and then turning into a craft. I did not see anywhere in that clip where he cut and split or turned away from it. The only time he did turn away from it was after what appeared to be the morph, is when it came closer to him and made a turn toward his right and started taking off. And I've never seen lights that bright underneath of an aircraft. I mean, so that's something very different, and I'm going to explain possibly what that might have been from. So that was very interesting. So let's go into the next thing here before we get into the main event. I want to kind of show you something that a lot of people are looking at and questioning. Here is a quick little clip of all the traffic, air traffic, that's in the region of where all these drones are flying. And it's from Cobus Stewart on Twitter. And he seems to think that this is kind of like inciting some type of war. Let me just show you the clip. You can see the 3 airports right there, and you can see the massive amount of commercial traffic. I mean, that's massive. That's one of the busiest areas in the United States, apart from maybe Atlanta and Denver. That's wild, knowing that that traffic is still going. Yes, that was from just, I believe, yesterday. With all these drones in the sky, they're not grounding any of those. It's normal traffic. To me, it's just baffling. So I don't know if there's any truth into what Cobus says, but I'm definitely going to watch out for what he posts and what he's going to say in the next few days. So with that said, we're going to get into a very important letter. This is from another YouTuber, but I was able to recopy it onto my my software, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at that really quick. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and show you my screen. I'm going to read from this, and then this is going to be interesting. So let's check this out. All right. So apparently this was posted on Instagram, then deleted or removed by unknown poster on the Meta platform. So what I'm saying is, we don't know who removed it, if it was Meta, or if it was the poster himself or herself. And here's how it goes. 25-year radar operator. And to me, it sounds like this is still an operator with inside knowledge on drone UAP issues. No name given to protect identity. Here it goes. I am a current 25-year radar operator for a major agency here. Just thought I'd let you all know what has been going on these past few weeks. Drones are part of a military drill, in quotations, being conducted by the United States Space Force. Interesting. Space Force has been very quiet, at least to us. Everything is on a need-to-know basis, which is why there is so much confusion. Now, he's alluding to a congressman saying one thing, and then, of course, Pentagon briefing saying another. He goes on to say, what gets me concerned and why I had to make this post is that I know something big is about to go down. I happen to know that there are additional full lockout drills that are scheduled to take place between now and Christmas Eve. When he says now, that was yesterday. These operations involve in part full turnover of all radar or radio and radar stations and aircraft communications to the military for several hours at a time, which some of the public will notice. In conjunction with that, there are also scheduled satellite launches off the books, which have been occurring since October and even before that. They are setting up some kind of big show for the public's sake very soon. I also saw CNN at our facility shooting a pre-roll footage for some type of story. Wow. I don't know exactly what is going on, but all I know is this. Get ready. Peace and safety to all of you and your families. Most people will not understand the gravity of possible situations like this. And of course, I'm going to credit this to Jay Bravo from YouTube, which I copied this post that apparently he was able to obtain. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. So, something and a couple of words that nobody's been talking about, and that is the Space Force. So, I labeled it possible whistleblower. I use the word possible because I don't know if this guy was a whistleblower, but he sounds like someone who wanted to say something because of all this stuff happening in the media and all of the talk about these drones and absolutely how dangerous they can be for residents and the military alike if they're not the Space Force's apparatus. But it's something to think about. I wanted to read that to you. That was apparently on Instagram. It is not something I just typed up and made up off the top of my head. I don't do stuff like that. Never will. You can go ahead and check out that guy's YouTube channel, and you can see for yourself. I give the credit to Jay Bravo from YouTube. So for those of you who want to see if that's something that I wrote, it's not. Go check out Jay Bravo on YouTube, his last video from yesterday, and you'll see that it's the same thing. So I wanted to bring that to your attention because no one's talked about that, and if it was the Space Force utilizing specially made aircraft, and to me it looks like they're testing it, if it is the Space Force, for something big. If this gentleman or woman is telling the truth. A 25-year operator on radar, which is pretty impressive, and currently working there now. So I can see why they didn't give any names up. So, what do you think? I'm guessing these press briefings are saying they don't know what they are. I don't know if they should have went as far as saying they're not ours, but we got to think about two other words other than Space Force. Plausible deniability. Definitely. Plausible deniability. So, if there is something coming, and what baffles me is that CNN was called there to do a pre-roll or a pre-shoot on something that's coming. I don't know if it has anything to do with Farsight's predictions of December, January, and February. We all know that they predict a lot of turmoil during that time. And all of a sudden we have this going on over a tri-state area, and California, and Colorado, and Arkansas, upstate New York. It's everywhere. Germany, UK. But so far I noticed this is happening over either allies and in our own land, because we're talking about UK, Germany, and us. So some food for thought for those of you who didn't know anything about this this quick post that was put up yesterday and then taken down right away. If you go see Jay's version of this, you're going to see how he went to go look for it and it was gone. It does say it was removed. It doesn't say whether it was removed by Meta or the poster. So whoever put that up there, if it was an actual radar operator and not someone working on a PSYOP or anything, they made sure to take it down right away. And probably a smart thing to do. But Jay did a good job of capturing that, and I was able to transcribe it so that I can read it out to you guys. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. We're talking something that morphed like I've never seen before. And we talking about another branch of the military, which is the Space Force, that hasn't been talked about. And when I saw that and I read that, it kind of makes sense that, you know, our officials would just use plausible deniability because they're doing exercises and preparing, possibly, based on what this guy has written for something that is coming or something big that's going to happen, whether it's an adversary that's going to attack or if we're going to war. There's a lot of rumors of war, and I'm not talking biblical. I'm talking about rumors of war on back channels. And, you know, these are scary times, I think. Things are getting very complicated. They're talking about, he mentioned also that they're going to be using, from what I understand, he's talking about Space Force or whatever agency is going to be using all the radar, possibly all the radars in the United States, and all this other stuff, including radio, for hours at a time. I believe if that happened, I think us, the general public, would notice something. And so I'm just going to say, keep your eyes open. If you find anything out, if you have an extension to this story that I'm talking about, by all means, let me know, and we'll talk about it here on the Human Spectrum. If it's your first time here, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe, and I'm working on some more stuff, but I wanted to get this out to you because I thought it was important, because we have a possible whistleblower telling us that it is the Space Force that is responsible for what everyone is seeing in the skies around New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and many other areas. So, with that said, that's all I have for today. I'll be putting up another video in not too distant future, so make sure to subscribe so that you're notified. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Have a good one.